Hi guys, welcome to day 5 of the 31 days of fangirling, and today I actually had a very different idea about the video that I wanted to make. I would start off today making out my video reading negative comments about my most favorite characters, and while I was shooting that video, something just didn't really sit well with me. I was reading these comments, and I felt that a lot of them were repetitive, which made me seem very repetitive, and usually I'm okay being repetitive on this channel. I'm fine with it. But something just didn't sit well for me with that video, so I decided to put that video on hold, and decided to take it out of my 31 days of fangirling. Also, welcome to the 31 days of fangirling. I did 10 days of fangirling last year, and I enjoyed it so much that I decided to make 31 videos this year. Which proved to be a little more difficult than I expected to, but then the ideas just flowed out until I had to think of a concept for this video. Now, I had a lot of concepts, nothing really was sitting well with me, and then I realized that I don't have a Zodiac video for my 31 days of fangirling. As some of you might know by watching my videos, I love the zodiac signs. My zodiac sign is Cancer. I actually have a tattoo of my zodiac on my arm. It is actually my very first ever tattoo. I'm hoping to get tattoos. More tattoos as my years go along. If you want a video about that, comment down below and let me know. I do have an old video up about tattoos that I would get that gets very emotional, and I'll link it down below. It was actually one of my very first videos, and it got like so many views on it that it was crazy to me being like a new YouTuber. I'm still not very good in popularity on YouTube, but that's fine. Not every YouTube channel is gonna be popular, and I'm okay with that. I enjoy making videos and talking about topics on camera. So today the topic I thought I would replace my original video with is why I love your zodiac sign. I feel like there is so much negative things about the zodiac signs out there that we need to spread some positivity and just bring out things that... Sorry, I was reading a text message. But I feel like we need to focus more on the positive than the negative. And while I was reading negative comments, I felt like maybe that's what was wrong. Even though I love reading negative comments because I love polarizing opinions and debating, I just didn't feel that way today. And why would I make videos that I'm not feeling? Like, you could tell when I'm not feeling a video. I could tell when I'm not feeling a video. And that's not fair to you or to me. So, let's get on with this video, which I'm already having so much more fun with. So, let's get started. Okay, I'm gonna start on the earth signs, because even though I'm a water sign, I don't really mesh well with earth signs. It's so weird. So weird, because if you look at Cancer's most compatible zodiacs are mostly, almost always earth signs. There's a few, like, water signs in there too. But water meshes well with earth signs, and for me, being a water sign, I feel like I have never really got along with earth signs. It doesn't mean that I don't like earth signs. They're pretty cool people. I just feel like I can't date them. And I will tell you a lot of things about Cancers. We're not all the same. Like, our zodiac is like a basic guideline. It's not law. And I feel like a lot of people just paint this picture of Cancers that we have to love the earth signs because we're compatible with them, and that's just not the case. Case for some cancers. I think it's because, like, my actual birth date was supposed to be July 23rd, so I was actually supposed to be a Leo. I don't get along well with earth signs, but that's just my theory. Honestly, like, everyone's different. It could also be that I'm a Taurus rising, so I'm stubborn, just like all the other earth signs are very stubborn. Like, if you ever talk to an earth sign, one of the things that I love about earth signs, and also hate about earth signs, is that they're very stubborn. Like, I love having debates of earth signs because they're so intriguing. They're such intriguing people, and they make, like, very good points to their side, which I can see how most of them win debates, even though I think the best debating, like, if you're an earth sign and you love debating, debate with a water sign, because it's just, like, the best debate that you could have. It will either make you really mad that they're not seeing your side, or actually give you knowledge about your side versus their side. They're very great debaters. Earth signs are. But let's get on to the individual earth signs. Starting with the one earth sign I don't really have a lot of, like, I have history with Tauruses. I might pronounce their name wrong a little bit because they're the one earth sign that I swear I can pronounce their name a lot. Like, I don't usually talk about Tauruses, even though I'm a Taurus rising. But my uncle is a Taurus, and he's pretty cool. But I love how practical Tauruses are. They can be very materialistic, and I can be very materialistic. So I like the materialistic side of Tauruses too. I also love when you go into a Taurus's home, like, if anyone has ever met a Taurus, and you go into their home, they have, like, the best decorative eye I have ever seen. I love going into Taurus's houses, because they are great decorators. They're also really great cooks. Like, everything about Tauruses feel very homey. Like, if you go into a Taurus's home, you know that they just stay there because they love it so much. And it makes you want to stay there. Like, Tauruses are people that you can just, like, chill with. They can be very stubborn, so maybe not for that long if stubborn's not your thing. But Tauruses are so great. I also love how honest Tauruses are. At least with my experiences with Tauruses. Like I said, these are just, like, my experiences with the Zodiac signs. You could have total polarizing opinions about Tauruses. But I don't think I have met a single Taurus that really cares about feelings. Like, they care about your feelings, but they'll be straight up with you, too. And that's what I like about Taurus. Like, I've had a lot of bad experiences with Tauruses, too, but there are good things about Tauruses. I understand what people like. Like, moving on to Virgos. My sister is a Virgo. Little known fact about me, I actually don't really get along with a lot of Virgos. I don't get along with a lot of Libras either, but, like, I can still say positive things about their sign and be totally okay with them as people. Like I said, just because you are a specific Zodiac sign doesn't mean you act like that Zodiac sign. It's just a guideline. It's not the rule. But Virgos, I love how, like, spot on and creative Virgos are. Like, the Taurus Virgos are also very creative. creative. I like how practical they are. I like how on point they are too. Like, I know a lot of Virgos. My sister is a Virgo, and she plans things well in advance. I wish I could be as organized as my sister is. My sister is also very creative. It might be like a family trait with creativity, because I have a lot of creativity too. I just have it in different ways than my sister does. Virgos could also be very compassionate people, except I feel like their compassion is a little bit more hidden than any other zodiac. Because for the longest time, me and my sister didn't get along, and now my sister is actually a pretty chill Virgo. I just feel like during their teenage phase, I didn't really mesh well with them. Because I was also going through my teenage phase, so, like, I have, like, a hate-love relationship with Virgos. I had a really bad experience with a Virgo, so I personally can't really say Virgos are my favorite people in the world. But I love how timely and precise Virgos are. Like, I also love Virgo's memory. Like, if you have a hard time remembering a date, Virgos will remember like this. Like, I love how they do research, too. They tend to be very smart people. Like, I could ask my sister when this occurred, and she would know. Like, that, and I love the random facts they'll just spurt out of nowhere. Like, my sister texts me random-ass things, and it's great. So, Virgos, yeah. So last but not least, Capricorns. My mom is a Capricorn. So I feel like Capricorns are my favorite earth sign, because my mom is, like, one of my most favorite people in this world. I love how nurturing Capricorns are. I love their feel to them. They're very homey and lovable. They could be a little bit, like, dorky and stuff, but, like, I love the dorky side. Like, my mom's dorky side is, like, the best. I love how caring and compassionate they are. They're just, like, they're so great as people. If you have Capricorns in your life, you're lucky. Because Capricorns are awesome, and they care so much about the environment, and people, and life, and just, like, overall, amazing people. One of my favorite earth signs. Now, they can tend to have a little boringness to this side, so if you're not a homebody, you wouldn't probably get along with a Capricorn. But other things that I noticed about Capricorns is they're actually really funny, and they have, like, this weird sense of humor, kind of like Cancers. If you haven't seen a Cancer in, like, their funny sense of humor, we have the same, I feel like us and Capricorns have the same sense of humor, and yeah, like, Capricorns, pretty cool and dope people. I've never met a Capricorn that I've actually hated. And so there's that. Let's go on to the next signs that I'm just, like, okay with. Not like, yeah, I've had bad experiences with these signs, but they're my polar opposite signs, so of course I would have a few issues, but not, like, this is a positive video. I'll probably make a negative what I don't like about your sign sometime in the later year. But this is all about positivity. Positivity on this video. So getting on to the air signs. air signs. I'm gonna say Aquarius first. My best friend is an Aquarius. Aquarius, I know that Aquariuses and Cancers get bad reps for not getting well together, but I get along with my Aquarius friend, like, so well. So I love how fun Aquariuses are. Aquarius are very fun people to be around. I also feel like they're very knowledgeable if they know what they're talking about. Especially when they're passionate about something. If you see an Aquarius and they're very passionate about what they do, the conversation, you could go on for hours and hours. Like my Aquarius friend, I could have a conversation with her all day and not get bored. Like, I feel like Aquarius are very great conversationalists. They also tend to be very practical. So if you're more of an emotional sign like a Cancer, they won't really like the emotional side, but they don't tend to show it. At least the Aquariuses that I know. Like, if it gets too much, they'll tell you, but, like, they'll listen to you because they love conversation. And yeah, Aquarius is, like, cool. I've met some very chill Aquariuses. I only know, like, maybe 2 or 3 Aquariuses that I really get along with, but when you get along with an Aquarius, it's great. So yeah, I also love Aquarius' unique sense of style. If you've seen an Aquarius, they usually dress very uniquely. Like, they pull out outfits that I wish that I could pull off, but I don't. So that's another thing to love about the Aquarius. Okay, so onto the 2 Zodiacs that I've actually had bad experiences with one being the Gemini. Now here's the thing about Geminis. Yeah, I have some bad experiences with Geminis. I think it's just because we're so close in housing that it just makes us competitors in a way. But, like, there's also a lot of good things about Geminis, too. The one thing I love about the Gemini is kind of like the Aquarius. I love the conversations that I can have with Gemini. And Geminis tend to be, like, the most fun people. Like, if you're at a party, I would definitely seek out a Gemini. Like, if you're bored, like, sometimes I get bored at parties, and then you can spot the Gemini from a mile away because they have, like, groups of people around them. Like, Geminis are very charismatic people. I think that's the one thing that I love about Geminis is they're very charismatic. They're very self-assured people. They're very take-charge people, too. I feel like they tend to have more leadership roles because they're so used to having that take-charge attitude. Same with, like, most air signs. A lot of air signs tend to be very smart. So, one conversation that I love having with Geminis is, like, book smart conversations. Like, you could take any topic from current times and discuss it with them. I also love how animated they get when they talk about things that they're passionate about. Like I said, I have very polarizing opinions about Geminis. I feel like if I had a love-to-hate relationship with anyone, it would be Geminis. Because I have dated a Gemini, and while it had been, like, one of my, like, best experiences, I did like them as a friend, also. They're also very great at the way they dress. Like, if you want style tips, go to a Gemini. Gemini. I feel like air signs are like the best people to go to for fashion advice. Because I feel like they're just so well put together in their fashion sense. Like, Geminis are great people to go for fashions and stuff. Yeah, they have their bad sides, and my experiences with Geminis have actually been more good than bad. Like, I feel like my dealings with one bad Gemini shouldn't taint my opinion on all the other Geminis. But Geminis are pretty cool people. They're very chill, very laid back. I really do like Geminis. Geminis as people. It's just that I could never date one again. Like, I'm married to an Aries, and Aries is actually supposed to be, like, the worst sign for Cancer, but I love my Aries husband. Like I said, just because you have a guideline for you doesn't mean you have to follow it. But Geminis are very cool people. So, onward to Libras. I love how fascinated Libras are with everything they're studying. Like, every time I find a Libra, I always get this vibe that they love what they're doing, and even whenever they don't love what they're doing, they fake it until they make it. I feel like Libras are very fake it till you make it people. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I feel like Libras have this great confidence, kind of like Geminis, but they're more subtle about their great confidence. Like Libra is like the good and bad balance scale. Like, they tend to find balance. And I feel like there's a definite balance between their good sides and bad sides, which is why I have very polarizing opinions about Libras. Because I've met bad Libras, but these Libras have also showed me their good sides too. It just depends on what side you bring out in Libras. But Libras are very cool people. My dad is actually a Libra. I have a very polarizing relationship with my dad. Which is probably what makes me stumped about the Libra thing. But I do love my dad too, because he has crazy knowledge about everything he's passionate about. And Libras are actually the debaters too. Like I said, if you ever want to get into a very logical debate, find an air sign. Air signs are very good at debating. But like the Taurus, they're also very stubborn. Especially if you try to use emotion with your debating while doing logic, like us water signs do. I feel like that's what makes, like, the water signs and the earth signs polar opposites, because while Libra uses knowledge to try to peg you down on their debates, like us water signs try to use the emotional pull of a debate. And most air signs tend to do that too. They just tend to lean more towards logic than anything else. Like, they'll debate using, like, facts, or, like, things that I wouldn't even say facts, like, things they have read on the internet. Like, they'll use anything to debate with. And that's pretty cool how they can just pull out random facts out of nowhere. I like that about air signs too. So let's get on to water signs. I feel like water signs are like my second favorite because I'm also a water sign. People will see who my like favorite signs are in a minute because they're like the only group I haven't mentioned. But I love these signs because I always mesh well with them, and it's weird because they're supposed to be my polar opposites. But water signs, I get along great with water signs because I am a water sign. So let's jump into why I love your water sign. Let's get like, on to, Pisces. Let's talk about Pisces first. First, I think I only, hated one Pisces in my lifetime, and that was whenever I was in middle school. Now we're actually really good friends. And it's weird. I think it's just because water signs tend to have very, oh god, passive-aggressive ways of not liking each other, to where we just explode on each other, and then we become, good friends. It's weird. But what I love about Pisces is Pisces tends to be the partiers of the water signs. Like, Pisces, if you ever want to have a good time that's just random and fun, Pisces are your girls or guys. Guys, I really love Pisces. Pisces, I find them to be very chill. Pisces is also one of the very bluntly honest of the water signs. Like, if you feel like water signs are just, very passive-aggressive, most Pisces tend not to be. They'll give you little things while they're pissing you off, and then they'll just explode on you. But that's, my experiences of Pisces. I also like how creative Pisces are. All the Pisces that I know tend to be very creative. Same with, a lot of the water signs. I also like how even whenever you hate them, you tend to love Pisces. Pisces, there's something about Pisces that just draws you in and makes you want to have a conversation. To Pisces, I also feel like they're very good beauty gurus. Every Pisces I know gives very good makeup tips. And that's why I love Pisces. Going on to Scorpios. I can't say enough good things about Scorpios. Yeah, Scorpios get a very bad rep, kind of like Geminis. But, I love Scorpios. I love Scorpios' sense of humor. If you haven't, got the pleasure of knowing a Scorpio, I would totally get to know a Scorpio. They're very chill, they're very fun, they're very funny, too. Scorpios also tend to be great mediators. If you're having a problem, Scorpios could also use logic to solve your problem. They're very smart water signs. I feel like water signs are very smart, too. Which is why I love them. But Scorpio tends to be, the jack of all trades. Which is why I love Scorpios, because they just seem like they're very good at a lot of things. Not to say that they don't have their negative traits, but I just, Scorpios are just so great. Also, side note, I have never met a Scorpio that I've hated. My boss is a Scorpio, he's pretty chill. My ex-roommate, who is also one of my good friends, is a Scorpio, and we would have, the best conversations. I love how random Scorpios are, too, because they'll just come up with a conversation topic out of nowhere. And it's just, they're great. Great. So, last but not least, on the water signs, I feel like I'm gonna be a very, biased about Cancer, because I am a Cancer. A Cancer, so I'm gonna post on some love about Cancer on here. So things I love about Cancers is, I love how empathetic we are. To people. I feel like if you need someone in your life that will just sit there and listen to you and give you really good advice, a Cancer, your girl or guy, we're very compassionate, we're very sympathetic, sympathetic people. I feel like Cancers are very good therapists. Because we're very empathetic people, so we could, like, feel your pain and come up with a very good solution for you. Also, Cancers tend to really love psychology. I'm a Cancer. I really love psychology. I've met a lot of Cancers that are into psychology and science and the way things work. But we're not on the logical side of how things work. We're more of a greater purpose. The greater purpose type of people. Like, we have to see everything out of life. We tend to ignore the bad a lot, but I feel like it's because we feel like there's so much negative in the world because we can feel that. Which is why we try to project positivity in the world. So if you, see this positive, upbeat person, it's likely that they're a water sign, because Scorpio and Pisces tend to do this too. But the one thing I always get, even whenever I'm, slightly depressed or sad, is that I put a very happy air out around me. I always tend to seem like I'm very happy. And yeah, I do have my problems, but I do tend to try to be happy because there's so much ugly in the world. Also, if you want someone that's very good at positivity, Cancers can be very positive people. You just have to watch out for our little Cancer shell, because when we tend not to like you, or we tend to not like a thing about you, we'll try to be kind of reclusive. See, where we try to get back on our shell, just try to work us out of our shell. We're actually very great people. I also like our sense of humor. I feel like I have this weird sense of humor, but I love it. Cancers can also think of very good comebacks, too. We never really say them because we're very nice people, but, I have thought of comebacks in my head that I should have said, and it was like, damn, that's really good. I should have used that. But we're, very chill people. We're very cool people, I think. If we want someone to just chill with and have, a heart-to-heart while eating Ben & Jerry's and watching romantic, sappy movies, Cancers are definitely your people. We're very into romance, too. I feel like if you love a Cancer, you're very lucky. Because we tend to be very romantic people. So, if you're into romance and adventure, but you don't mind the emotional side of us, Cancers are very good people to date, as well as Scorpios and Pisces. But better beware, if you like us, you will have to deal with a lot of emotional things, because we are so emotional. That tends to be a turnoff for most people. So yeah, that's my thoughts on water signs. So last but not least, my favorite signs out of all the Zodiacs is I find them to be such interesting people. They're my total polar opposites, but I love fire signs. Fire signs are very, charismatic people. They can also be very caring people. They can be a little bit... They can kind of be assholes, but, I feel like every Zodiac sign has tendencies to be assholes. A lot of people tend to be, but I love how creative freaking fire signs are. They're very charismatic people. It's fire signs are jacks of all trades. They do tend to be kind of selfish, but so do a lot of the other signs. So I feel like fire signs need a lot of love, and I feel like a lot of people do love the fire signs. But if you want someone that's who will be bluntly honest to you, just for the sake of being honest, I feel like these signs don't play, and I love honest fire signs. Now, there are exceptions to every single sign out there, and fire signs do have exceptions for honesty, but I feel like they're like super honest that they feel like they don't need to share everything about themselves. But without that, let's go into it. I'm gonna start with Sagittariuses because I feel like I should end on Aries because I'm married to one. But I can't say enough good things about Sagittariuses. I love Sagittariuses because they're just so random. Like, Sagittarius is like, if they see, like, very, I don't know, like, if things seem very monotoned in your workplace or anything, I feel like Sagittariuses bring the color within to your workplace. I have met a lot of Sagittariuses that are just so passionate about the things that they talk about, and it's like, it's weird because Sagittariuses tend to bring a lot of passion to things that they love, but they tend to do that to the things that they don't love too. Like, I love Sagittariuses because they're very passionate people. They're very fun to be around, very great partiers too. I feel like they do have their negative traits, like every other sign out there, but they're very fun people. What else could I say? I think Sagittariuses are one of my favorite signs ever. Like, if you're a Cancer, like me, and you want a very deep conversation with a fire sign, Sagittariuses are definitely your go-to. I have had so many great conversations with Sagittariuses. I also love how randomly out of nowhere they'll, like, say something and it will lead to, like, an hour or two long conversation about what they just said. I feel like Sagittariuses are very good conversation starters. Like, they can start a conversation. Like, if a conversation needs to be started, Sagittariuses feel like they can take charge and bring the topic into discussion, which I love. Personally, I love debating. Sagittariuses are very good at debating, too. They're also good at remembering stuff. Like, they have, like, great memories. Other good things about Sagittarius is I love how on point they are with their fashion. Like, if you meet any fire sign, they're on point with their fashion, too. Sagittarius I feel like they love to look good. Because they love to feel good, too. They're just very crazy, lovable people, but they're crazy in a good way. Like, it's the kind of crazy that you love. And yeah, let's go on to Leos. Now, Leos, I do have a very polarizing opinion about Leos because, while I do love a lot of Leos, I tend not to like some Leos. Like, I feel like there's two different sides of every Leo, but there's two different sides to every Zodiac out there ever. It's just Leos tend to show it more. I love how Leos are very unapologetically themselves. Even when you tend to hate them, they don't tend to care. If you hate them or not. Now, I love Leo's confidence. Like, if you see a person, they just look very confident, they look very assured, it's more than likely they're a Leo. Like I said, there are exceptions to every sign, so some Leos probably won't be like that. But I love Leos. Leos are also very creative. I feel like Leos have a very tortured artist persona about them. Someone's vacuuming in the hallway. But I feel like Leos, if you haven't, are, like, very, like, Leos tend to be very good artists. They tend to be very good musical artists, very good painters, very good sculptors. They're very good at bringing art to life, in my personal opinion. Also, Leos, while they tend to be stuck on themselves, sometimes they can be very compassionate people too. Like, I feel like Leos just have so much passion that they don't know what to do with it sometimes. But, like, Leos, good sign. So last but not least, my favorite Zodiac sign is an Aries, because I'm married to an Aries. I feel like Aries gets a very bad rep for not being caring. But I feel like those people who say that Aries aren't very caring have never met good Aries. Like, my great-grandmother is one of my favorite people in my life before she passed away. And my husband is my very most favorite person. And the one thing I love about Aries is, even though we're polar opposites, I love how honest they are. They're unflinchingly, unapologetically honest with people. Like, if there's something up with you, they will literally bring you out of your shell and make you talk to them about it. I cannot tell you how many times, like, I have just not felt like opening up to anyone all day, and my husband can make me do it like that. I love how passionate, like, driven Aries are. Like, if you see people who get their dream job, their dream house, their dream car, I feel like it's more probably an Aries than anyone, because they're not afraid to go after what they want. They see it, and they go for it. Aries is also very well dressed. Aries actually has, like, I feel like it's more for the adult Aries. Aries tend to have very good manners. Even whenever they don't like you, I feel like they could pretend they do. Which a lot of people don't like, but, like, there's a difference between being fake and being an adult, and I feel like Aries has that persona. That's just me, though. I know a lot of people don't like Aries, but I love Aries. My husband is one of the most caring people, too. I also tend to like how Aries don't like it when people hurt them, because I don't like it when people hurt me either. Like, if there's a bad person in my life, my husband won't be afraid to point it out to me. Because I feel like Aries could see through everyone's bullshit, and, like, I love that about Aries. Aries also tends to be very passionate with people. Like, find something that Aries is passionate about, and they'll talk your ear off for hours. But, yeah, I feel like that's all that I, like, really have to say about, like, why I love your Zodiac. So comment down below and let me know the order of Zodiac signs you love versus what you hate, and what you love about every Zodiac sign. Or just comment down your Zodiac sign below and we'll discuss it. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was very, out there in opinions, and it kind of basically repetitive, but I don't think it was too repetitive. I really tried to figure out things I love about every Zodiac, and I feel like I did good. So comment down below and let me know if you want more videos like this, and I will try to make it within the following year, because I already have a schedule for this year. Which I'll link down below. But I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!